Obi backs subsidy removal, says mismanagement of proceeds is not enough to bring it back. Peter Obi, presidential candidate of the Nigerian Democratic Congress (NDC), has reiterated his support for the removal of petrol subsidy because it was his idea in the first place. He was the one that first said, oh, they should remove subsidy and all of that. Oh, when he becomes the president, he will remove subsidy before they hijacked his idea. Meanwhile, it's not as if they knew how he was going to implement the idea of his, but they copied it because yes, it was Obi that first said that he was going to make sure that they remove subsidy when he became the president. So yes, he was definitely support it. Obi spoke on Monday at a conference organized by the Nigerian Bar Association (NBA) in Port Harcourt, the Rivers State capital. I subscribe and maintain that you need to remove subsidy. Mismanagement of the proceeds shouldn't be the reason for not removing it, the former governor of Anambra said. What we should have done is that when we removed the subsidy, we would have given the people alternative usage for the subsidy exactly. That was what our president, Tinubu, did not plan for. There was no alternative after removing subsidy. And all the subsidy money is safe. We don't even know where it is. What we have to do is that removal and the attendant resources being recovered is also being mismanaged and stolen. For example, we have received, according to them, 16 trillion. Obi said in his leadership blueprint for Nigeria, he had planned to remove the subsidy in an organized manner such that whatever is recovered will be invested appropriately in the country for the benefit of the masses. But this one is not benefiting us. One issue is as if we don't know what Nigeria is. If you even repair the refinery, the local community guys will always be threatening federal government to blow the pipe if they don't always settle them. You see this particular problem. I can actually attest to it because I know someone that works in those pipeline refinery areas and the community is always threatening them. The community is always threatening them, even when it has nothing to do with the refinery companies or anything. They'll come and start threatening that they will blow the pipe, they will do this, they will do that. I don't understand why we are always in that. See, in Nigeria, we still have a long way to go. We ourselves, we have our own problems. Our leaders are bad, but Nigerians too, we are not good people. We are not good people at all. Ejogo says nothing to show. The money recovered from subsidy is also being mismanaged and stolen. Yes, I heard that we have received 16 trillion naira. And where is the law? This is what your mom says. Frankly speaking, any measure of policy making funds available for judicial spending is commendable. Kudos to the FG. Nevertheless, the trouble lies with state government, which, despite the huge boost in the monthly funds allocated to them, they are not utilizing the funds on people's fast relief programs, let alone bring permanent comfort to Nigerian citizens. Yet, ill-wishers of the nation and mischievous elements rain insults and curses on the president, whose policy has made funds available. If he has made funds available, you should also put things in place to make sure that these funds are used for what they are meant to be used for. If you are not monitoring, if you just give them money and just expect them to do the right thing, meanwhile you are not putting things in place to make sure that they actually do the right thing, and if they do not, they get arrested. He has given too much room for corruption. He is the president. He can make sure that those governors do actually what he says they should do with the money, but no, they are spending it on their own family members. This is why the JA says, in addition, some fractions of the subsidy removal proceeds should be used to resuscitate the ailing refineries and to work at full capacity to bring down prices of petrol and others, to normalize supply and demand forces to affordable situation in the economy, and in the long run, effects. Incessant subsidy issue will automatically disappear with Peter Obi's government. Such adjustment changes is capable of moving Nigeria forward. At Seattle says the right way to go. Thank you, Peter Obi. Okay. At Igadubi says Obi is just being realistic. Subsidies is forgone. At Wale says, going by the backlash faced by article, Obi won't go that way again, even if he plans to do so. But his usual vague responses and overgeneralization is a challenge. What was the so-called organized way to remove the subsidy? At least you put things in place first now. You know that subsidy removal is going to affect the citizens. It actually affected us a lot. Do you know how we were suffering the very first week or month that they removed the subsidy. How was the proceeds mismanaged and stolen? Is it not stolen? Have you seen any benefits from the subsidy removal? People will see the truth, you will not say it. Have you benefited anything from the subsidy removal? Who stole it and what better way does he want to invest the proceeds? Now that somebody has removed it and doing something with it, you still keep your plans and manifestos in your chest. Yes, let him keep it. Let him keep his manifestos and plans in his chest before people will steal his ideas again. And then claim as if they are the ones that brought it. Jesus Amiro said, someone that should kindly remind me of a president celebrated while in office. Behold the generation that crucifies their best. Which best? Which best? Okay, let's hear what best to call best in it. Idowu says, President Tinubu removed subsidy he claimed wasn't existing before he became president. Then decided to enrich corrupt governors who now converted those money for their personal gains. Exactly. They're using it for themselves. Yeah, of course there's money. He's giving it to the government, thinking that they will use it, but they are not. And you can see that they are not. We can't see that they are not using it for what is they are meant to use it for. Buhari says Obi should have talked about bringing down the price of fuel by looking at the corruption in the fuel subsidy critically. He should have also talked about privatizing the refineries and ensure that there is a local production of petroleum products. The truth is that maintaining this petroleum price will also not help the poor. Kingdom says replace him now and become NDC presidential candidate since you know more than him. Pinto says Obi yes and no on subsidy removal. A confused man from Bangladesh. Who is a confused man? Okay now, we should continue. Timayin says, does this man understand what he's saying? No proceeds from subsidy. What removal means is that we are not borrowing again to pay subsidy. What money you borrow now goes to infrastructure and the like. Why are you still borrowing for infrastructure? The money from subsidy is enough to fix the infrastructure of this company, but they are still borrowing money. People will just be defending rubbish. You just be defending rubbish. Now, wow. It is well with you people. As Anthony says, reasonable leader, okay? At Van Bomaland says, always lagging behind, ready for easy relevance and unrealistic permutation. How? How is he lagging behind? EBK says, lagging behind like how? Because the first subsidy is favoring you people. People will be enjoying the oil process more than the owners, whereas your own resources are cornered by your people using bandits to scare away government. First subsidy have been removed and it will never be back. Maybe so, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Thank you for listening. See you some other time. Bye.